Hello everyone, welcome back to some more of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Last time if I recall, we went to Mr. Natsume's house and looked around, found a few things. Well, we didn't go. Before we went to Mr. Natsume's house, we visited his landlord. Where are they? Here they are. His landlord and his maid, John and the maid. John Garrideb. Yeah, there it is. Sorry, I'm trying to remember this as I'm going, so meh. Anyways, after meeting up with them and talking with them about what they've seen, basically that Mr. Natsume was at home basically his entire week stay. We go down to his room and meet up with Herlock Sholmes, where we talk with him for a bit about the case, see what's going on and thing. And he basically reveals to us, hey, I'm pretty sure that the landlord has a secret that he's trying to hide, and something like that. And so, I figure we may as well, find out what it is, because it might be related to the case of, Mr. Natsume's case. Sorry. Anyways, let's see Garrideb's room. 19th of February. Mr. Garrideb's room.
Oh, you pair again.
I kind of like the voice I did last time, so I'll keep it.
Tell me, was the detective chap, I forget his name, still hard at work down there?
Mr. Herlock Sholmes?
Ah, yes, rings a vague bell. All that detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid.
Well, Mr. Sholmes is in his element down there.
Jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, Joan. Now then, why don't you tell me what... For the umpteenth time, woman, will you watch what you're bally well doing?
I shall be serving dinner shortly, sir.
Huh? Ah, yes, of course. Frightfully rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to take your leave if you'd be so kind.
Oh, yes, of course. We are deeply grateful for all your assistance.
Not at all, not at all. Don't get much chance to talk with young foreigners like yourselves. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out.
Oh, well, guess that's the end of that. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garrideb is hiding something. And since no other avenues of investigation seem open to us at the moment, perhaps we should do some digging. Yes, that would be the... Well, I guess we don't have to dig for long. He's right over here. Ah! What's he doing over there? Mr. Sholmes?
Aha! We met again, my dear fellows. Good gracious! When did you sneak in here?
Herlock Sholmes, sir, at your service.
Whatever were you doing by the window?
I am given to watching the evening sky as the sun sets, madam. Yet sadly, cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture for such observation. So, I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space up by the window up here.
Huh. Well,
keeping an eye to one's windows at dusk is the prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering. Ah, and one other thing, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, me? I thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great mind. Yeah? Wait, he's not talking about... Is he? I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon.
Do you mean
Mr. Sholmes! There is a mighty secret lying in this modest room. My eyes see even the most trivial of trifles. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo? I think so. There is just time enough for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before dark. Alright. It's time. Mr. Garrideb, though it would seem you are a military man of considerably distinguished service, your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first-rate. Huh? I'm afraid, sir, that it is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I have been able to draw by careful observation of your living arrangements.
I beg your pardon?
The first is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. Huh? And the second is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you. Mr. Naruhodo, look! The old man's broken out in a cold sweat. Unbelievably, it seems Mr. Sholmes' conclusions are both spot on.
How could you possibly...
How could I possibly know, you mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts.
Ugh!
And I know only too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed. So, shall we begin? Once again, Sherlock Holmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Alright, once more shall we go. Let's dance. The first topic, the nature of the beast. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls. Thus, we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? Ha! For a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Garrideb, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that lion statue. Yes, though an army man, you appear unimposing at best. A fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts.
What is this piffle, I ask you?
In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house.
What?
Yet, living with such a wild beast proved more difficult than you had imagined. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence.
Well...
Yet as we look around now, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam?
Me?
I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction.
It is?
Your dress pocket gives a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. For protruding from it is a handbill advertising a circus show.
Ah!
Yes, you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Garrideb, at Batty's Circus, a travelling show currently sojourning in a nearby park. I have observed the tents. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe.
I most certainly did not.
I believe I have made my point. The fearsome beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion. On a simple visit to the circus now, we'll reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire. Yeah? A lion? A literal lion? You don't think there'd be scratch marks on the wall? Or on anyone else? Now, Mr. Garrideb, it is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavily on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. Amid fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage.
Nonsense, man. I simply...
But what, we must now ask ourselves, is the true cause of this pain? Yet the double glance this time? And we need only follow the direction of both of your gazes to find the answer. Yes, it is this pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has a devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household. Wait, what? I'm pretty sure lions don't eat potatoes or wheat or tea. Okay, they might eat wheat, and they might eat potatoes, but not tea. Okay, maybe tea. No, not tea. Maybe tea. I've heard of it before. Whatever. And so you had no choice but to let it go.
Yes, well,
Now, in a final fit of rage, this ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack.
Unimaginable?
The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I am not mistaken.
Oh, dearie me.
What could have caused such a destructive outburst? This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who have inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes. There is no creature more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Sholmes, I'm pretty sure lions don't eat cake, or whatever, pie or whatever. Matter of fact, oh, is that chocolate cake? Aren't lions allergic to chocolate? Or is that just dogs? Was it or was it not said by a certain noble woman, if they had no bread, let them eat cake? Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact.
Whatever do you mean?
Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I need not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There is only one logical conclusion. Walked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. The teeth marks in the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India. Yeah? There's cake on the counter and the lion would go on the carpet? Yeah? Again, dare I say, how are you a detective? Whatever. Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this beastly puzzle. You can tell I have a lot of fun doing these.
What is the matter with you, Joan? You're pouring scalding tea hotter all over me. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Garrideb. I'm afraid I did not notice. My deductions can be startlingly sharp. It stands to reason that your cup runneth over.
Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times too.
Oh.
Mr. Sholmes? Sorry to butt in again, but could I make an observation?
Why, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. What is it? Again?
Well, your deductions just now. Do you really think a lion could have fit inside a room of this size?
Indeed, it is the only explanation for the facts. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense.
But wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well?
But if an uncaged lion had run amok in this very room, surely Mr. Garrideb and his maid would have been hurt, or worse.
Ah, that's where you are stuck.
No doubt the former military man held his own against the beast using that large cannon.
Yeah? If he fired that cannon, the window would be gone. Like, I thought you said they sold the lion to the circus.
And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing, but I can't imagine I've ever heard a lion that drinks tea.
Ah, my dear Miss Susato, it occurs to me with some regularity that irrespective of race and breeding, wherever lands on Great British soil, they are infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea. Yeah? Really, Sholmes?
Oh, what a glorious notion. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, it is your turn to shine again.
I had a feeling this was coming.
A slight massage. That is all Mr. Sholmes' deduction need. You can do it.
Excellent. I've been waiting for my trusty partner in deduction to step forward. Mr. Naruhodo? We don't even know yet whether or not this is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. Well, still. Uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. At least, that's what I want to believe.
Let us start again.
From the beginning of Sherlock Sholmes' Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Alright. Let's correct this course, shall we? No, let's correct this crash course is better. Alright, we'll skip through everything to see again. From the looks of it, it seems that the room is damaged up. We know it's not by a lion, but if so, what exactly could it be? He's staring over in that direction, so... if not that lion statue, it would have to be... what exactly? I really didn't see the lion thing coming.
No, but if you observe Mr. Garrideb's reaction, it rather seems as though some beast did indeed run amok here in this room.
Yes, something with a very fierce nature.
But it couldn't have been a lion transported from India.
So what was it then?
We must follow Mr. Garrideb's gaze. That will lead us to the true answer.
Uh-huh. Well, if it's not the lion statue... Oh! Those clever dogs. It's right behind it. Oh, look at that. What's this photograph? What? Really? Ryunosuke, what do you think it is? Even I can say it's cracked up to... what's it called? It's cracked up, but... I mean, what do you think it is? No, be honest. What do you think it is?
It appears to be from Mr. Garrideb's wedding. He looks very happy, doesn't he?
He does, but you can't make out his bride.
No? How unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face.
Oh well, at least the picture's alright. I wonder what happened. Probably best not to delve too deeply here. There. Huh. Well, we can assume it's probably this newlywed bride. Wait, what? The glass is broken, but you can't see the bride's face at all. But no amount of cracks could hide the woman's plump form. I think powerful would be kinder than plump, Mr. Naruhodo. No, I think plump is actually a lovely adjective. I don't know. Oh, that's just me. If I were a girl and someone described me looking that way as plump, I'd probably be pretty happy, to be honest. Meh. Yes, she certainly looks that. There's a lot of horsepower there. Not someone you want to upset, that's for sure. Oh, look! Have you noticed her wedding ring? It's very sharp, very large, isn't it? Where did I see sharp from? I mean, I know what's it called, speech dyslexia is a thing. I looked it up after last time. Apparently, yeah, speech dyslexia is a thing, which is weird because, I mean, I sometimes stutter when I'm talking normally, but what's it called? I don't like get the wrong word or thing. That's only when I'm reading. Yes, that's an unusual design. It looks like some sort of embellished sunflower. Okay, well, I believe it's this.
Take that!
There we go. The true nature of this beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that newlywed bride. Precisely, Mr. Naruhodo. No other explanation could possibly fit. Yes, this frame print pictures your wife, Mr. Garrideb. And while we lament the fact that her face is obscured, we can still make out her mighty arms and note the considerable horsepower they must contain. Indeed, surely any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. Honored might be stretching a point. To date, the fact remains that the beast which so clearly salvaged this room was your wife, Mr. Garrideb. Oh, Mr. Garrideb? The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still here. Alright, seems like the maid knows something. Worker is saying a creature disappeared too, madam. The maid knows something. But what? I'm not sure. As to the beast's current whereabouts. No. The poor, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself. Uh-huh. Well, I don't know about fragile. Oh, dear. Anyway, Mr. Sholmes is quite right. There's no sign of a Mrs. Garrideb anywhere. But it seems there may be a clue as to her whereabouts. A clue this maid is trying to hide. I wonder where Mr. Garrideb's wife could be. Well, she's a lot closer than you think. Because if I remember correctly, and this one is actually a bit clever, if we look under her plate, we see a wedding ring. Yeah. If you recall, or if you scroll back to when they saw the picture frame, there was a sun-looking wedding ring that's here. She's wearing a very large ring. Look. Oh yes, a sunflower design with some rather nice embellishments. And it's on the ring finger of the left hand, which means it's surely a wedding ring. It looks like it's on there for life too. I can't imagine it would slide off a finger that size. That's something to think, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, that's something to think, Mr. Naruhodo. Not to say. Do you know Mr. Garrideb's wife on the photograph had a ring very much like this one? It was a large sunflower design as well. Really? You have a great memory for these things. Yeah, Ryunosuke? She has a great memory? You literally just saw the photograph. And weren't you the same person that remembered something a few days earlier? Something that no one else remembered? Oh my god. Huh. A large sunflower wedding ring. It's quite a coincidence that they have the same ring, isn't it? Yeah. Sure.
Take that!
Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. Indeed it does. That flowery band gleaming on your finger gives you away. For it is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Garrideb's bride in this photographic print. In other words, you are no ordinary housemaid. No. You are Mr. Garrideb's lucky bride. You are Mrs. Garrideb herself. Oh my word!
Well, jolly fine detecting, sir.
Also, finally, I can say it, in case you guys haven't noticed, the sun and moon designs. Miss Garrideb looks like a sun, Mr. Garrideb looks like a moon, and their wife and husband. Get it? No? Okay. Whatever. Anyways.
As you rightly surmised, this is my wife. Yes, my Joan. Rather let herself go, you might say, but she was a bally corker back.
It would appear you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man, yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct?
It's not right, I tell you. I was second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment. A man has his pride, don't you know? By golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to have a single maid in his employ.
Yes, here in London, one is rather judged. A household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. Though, in my considered opinion, such concerns about appearances are folly. You mean Mr. Garrideb has his wife work as his maid? Precisely. Am I right, Mr. Garrideb?
Only in company, obviously. But listen here. This must remain a secret.
Tip-top secret, please. The raging wife of Mr. Garrideb. Well, we know the carpet wouldn't be gnawed on by a starving lion. No, Mr. Garrideb. It's plainly clear you still have deep feelings. Yep, because it's his wife, so that makes sense. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, revealed by the supporting arm. Yeah? Mr. Sholmes is quite something. He's still calling Mr. Garrideb's wife a beast. Look at the room! I mean, if not beast, then maybe a hurricane? Like... Yes, as a woman, that feels rather uncomfortable. But Mrs. Garrideb is standing beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all, has he? Oh, how true! So perhaps that supporting arm seems to be propping up his head. Has some other significance then? According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garrideb's pain is tangible, though. What could that pose of his really signify? Well, that's not hard. We've actually seen it already. If we scroll to the other side of his face, we can see a slapped cheek. Also, look how red it is. My God. That must have been recent or something. Oh my, look at that bright red mark. Gosh, that's quite something. And clearly made by somebody's hand. And it was open palm too. My God, that's how you know it hurts. Yes, Mr. Garrideb has been slapped on the face, it seems. Hard. I've never seen such a clearly defined mark. Whoever could have done such a thing? Well, there's a very limited number of candidates, I'd say. What the? What the? Why isn't my controller
Take
working?
that!
Okay. Oh, that was weird. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel is revealed by that slapped cheek. And of course, the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek refuses to fade. Was you, Madame Joan Garrideb?
Well, yes.
You have been desperate to hide the slap mark on your cheek, sir.
How the blazes? How did you work that out, man?
Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow. That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. To keep your other side from view.
Well, humph.
Now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. That we shall. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves what caused Madame Garrideb to fly into a rage. And we need only follow the direction of both your gazes to find the answer. Yes. Oh yes, it is this pile of bills that has given rise to your pain or whatever. Didn't Mr. Sholmes say that the bills were all for lion fodder? Yes, but now we've established that the lion never existed, which can only mean that the thing responsible for gobbling up all that food was Mr. Garrideb's wife. Mr. Naruhodo, she's a person, not a thing. Well, I mean, this was 200 years ago. It was over 100 years ago, so... I mean... They were better than things, but not by much at that time. Yes, well... She's also a person who gave her husband a mighty slap round the face. One so hard it left a perfect hand mark, in fact. Yeah, literally. Yes. Why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder? I can think of a few reasons, to be honest. I'd love to know the answer to that question. I would too, because Lord knows I don't want to be slapped like that. Anyways. Oh, there it is. Okay. Got it right there. Ah, someone must be reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here. Look. Mr. Garrideb is clearly an avid reader. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark. Oh, no, so it isn't. It's a note written by a woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Hold up. Isn't James like a similar name to John? Like Jack and John or something like that? Mary. And look next to the signature here. Lip marks! Made with lipstick! Oh, what a passionate and romantic gesture. Don't get any ideas, Susato-san. Oh dear, I'm sorry. So this bookmark is actually a love note then. Huh. Well now. It seems Mr. Garrideb is... Shall I say he's... someone who gets around.
Take that!
Yes, it is this love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Passionate indeed. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary, is the fly in the ointment here? Fly in the ointment?
But I don't know the bally woman.
You don't know her?
That note wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there.
It was just in there, you say?
That's right. That's what I've been saying.
A likely story.
Now listen here, Joe, no thing I explained at that time. I bought the book at that second-hand place, and that note must already have been there.
So, the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark, you mean?
That's right. That's what I've been saying.
A likely story.
For heaven's sake, woman, look at the name. It's written to James. My name, in case you'd forgotten, is John. Ow!
A likely story.
Are you questioning my name now?
Jeez. And there we have it. Aroused the suspicions of the female heart, and you unleashed a beast with the most ferocious bite. Now, in a final fit of rage, this ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack.
Unimaginable?
The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet.
Oh, dearie me.
What could have caused such a destructive outburst? Again, Miss Lady Joan who knows. What is it? What is her eye settling upon? The cake? Yeah. How exactly does a cake, how exactly does a cake cause a chewed up mat?
But surely Mrs. Garrideb didn't eat the carpet?
No, of course not. But there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of disarray that this room is in is a result of her wild temper.
No, that's true. So, this is the last part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction that we need to fix. We need only to follow Mrs. Garrideb's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer.
Alright, let's see what we can see.
Yes.
Alright, well, this ain't hard to look at. If we go down here, the carpet here has been ripped to shreds.
Yes, and according to Mr. Sholmes' deduction, the tears match those made by an Indian lion's teeth exactly.
Oh, look here.
What is it?
If you look closely at the edge, you can see scorch marks.
Oh yes, so you can. In that case, perhaps the carpet wasn't eaten in the normal sense at all.
Let's rethink this with that in mind. If we think that in mind that there's scorch marks on the carpet, that means the carpet went ablaze, on fire. So we have to, let's look at the candlestick.
This looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it?
The vase looks too small. Surely it's very unstable. It looks to me like even the slightest knock would make it topple over.
Oh dear, that would be dangerous.
Wait. Take a closer look at this. There's one candle missing.
Yes, I didn't notice that before.
How? Why is that, I wonder? What is one candle of the three missing from its holder?
Take that!
How do you just not notice a missing candlestick? Seriously. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need to only look at the candlestick. Most illuminating, my dear fellow, and of course the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible. Indeed they are! The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away.
Scorch marks?
It would appear this room was the scene of a little marital altercation.
Oh.
Mrs. Garrideb's mighty arm muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face, but on the entire room. The force of a strike caused the candle to fall from the holder. And in seconds the carpet was alight, and the whole corner of the room in flames.
Yes,
For the most ferocious beast in this world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. And in this room, in this room, that a ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you see, there was but one conclusion here. After the sparks of metal discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire. Oh. Oh, wow.
Mr. Sholmes, sir, I salute you!
Aww. That's like the reverse of the wedding photo.
It's these dashed long winter nights, you know. Nothing to do but read in front of the fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good second-hand bookshop just around the corner. Buy my own novels there. And in the pages of one particular novel, you discovered some rather illicit material.
For which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems. Don't know about admonished. Demolished might be rather closer to the mark. And beast is most certainly an apt description. Here we go again. And the carpets. Was that destroyed by fire when a candle fell on the floor? Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing. I was caught between the old stick's rage and the raging flames. You have painted a horrid picture, sir. One that would have been most entertaining. That's sympathy for you. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bally furniture started going up as well. We've had to hide the mess behind that screen for the time being. Over here, Mr. Garrideb? Well, you have nothing more to hide now, so if you'll allow me.
Had all my favorite old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke.
Gosh.
Then the wife started hurling things at me.
Ooh, yeah, that's something.
What a terrible sight it must have been. There was I, back up against the window, under heavy enemy fire, incendiary books incoming 10 to the dozen.
Ooh, yeah.
Worst of it is, I lost my favorite, the book called The Lion's Pride.
The Lion's Pride? Ah, yes. Your notorious love of big cuts coming through again.
I assure you, the title didn't influence my choice in the slightest.
So, the poor man really did lose something dear to him as a result of the ferocious beast's rampage. Mr. Sholmes' deductions turned out to be correct once again. Yeah, for the wrong reasoning. It can only be described as a great British wonder. I tell you, it was total carnage. Flames everywhere and the old stick in the full fettle. Out of interest, what time of day was that? I'm not sure I can remember. It was 2 days ago now.
Oh, let's see. Around 5 o'clock, I think?
5 o'clock? That's like dusk or something, right? Yeah, it is. That might be around the time that the incident occurred.
So at exactly the same time as the terrifying incident was unfolding was outside your window on the street below?
Huh. Even more terrifying on the inside, I can assure you.
The whole of Blighty could have been flattened outside my window at that moment, and I wouldn't have noticed a dashed thing.
Oh, I see. So I guess that clears these two as witnesses then, huh? Mr. Sholmes? Yes, Mr. Naruhodo? What can I do for you? Well, I think we've got to the bottom of Mr. Garrideb's situation now. But what does it have to do with Mr. Natsume's circumstances? I can't help you there, I'm afraid. What? My dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that although I knew the retired army man to be hiding something, I could not be sure whether his secret would prove to be of relevance or not. I just knew you were going to say that. Now, Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind that all things fall into one of only two categories, those relevant to the case and those not. That makes no sense to me. Well, no matter. It is of far greater importance that you make up your mind now. Sorry. Visiting hours at the prison will soon be over. Oh no. Is it that time already? If we're to accept Mr. Natsume's case, we have official paperwork to attend to. So, that's it then. No more time to think. Perhaps you'd like to betake yourselves to bidding us farewell now? I must prepare supper for Mr. Garrideb. Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. Thank you both very much for your time. So Seki-san will be waiting for us, and I'm gonna have to give him an answer. Alright, I guess we can go a little further then, even if it is past 10. Let's head to the prison. "19th of February, Briar Road." It's time, Mr. Naruhodo. We must hurry back to the prison. Yes, I know. Let's hail a carrot. Oh. What's the matter? It looks like something's going on over there in front of the Garrideb's house. I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Who are you calling an old man, you rum-looking niminy-piminy? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. Who is this Horatio fella? What are you on about? Excuse me. What the? Who are you now? I'm sorry. It just looked as though there might be some problem here. And my associate here, Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, is a lawyer, you see. Nope, don't call me. I'm not a witness. I'm over here, looking at this stuff. I'm not a witness to whatever's going on here. A lawyer? What? If I can be of any assistance, I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I have studied English law. Tusk. Fine, I'll be on my way for today, but you mark my words. This ain't over yet. Get thee to a nunnery. Okay. Sorry, I'm just laughing because I've literally always loved that insult. I've always loved just, like, randomly saying that, like, just, get thee to a nunnery. Do I look like a blooming nun to you? I do hope you're not injured. Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so gentle. Thank you. What's that all about? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. I'm not Horatio either. Forgive the inquiry, sir, but are you a lodger here in the Garrideb residence? Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode. Mr. Garrideb did mention that he had another lodger, didn't he? This must be the other guy. Do you happen to know the other lodger who lives on the first floor? Ah, yes, a gentleman named Natsume. Oh, more worthy a polemist than my battle of words ne'er could there be. Sorry? Battle, did you say? Who is the stronger, Hamlet or Macbeth? Mr. Natsume sparred long into the night. I see. I don't fully understand, but it seems Mr. Natsume and this gentleman are acquaintances at least. So, fair maiden, so, good gentleman, I can tarry here no longer. Fare thee well. I didn't really understand him, but I think he's returned to his room. It seems he's unaware of what happened to Mr. Natsume, so... Oh, it seems he's unaware of what really happened to Mr. Natsume, so he can't really help us. With Soseki-san and that man as lodgers, the Garrideb house is certainly full of eccentrics. Anyway, I'll go and find a carriage. Yes, I'm sure Mr. Natsume is eagerly awaiting our return. Let's hope we can get to prison before visiting hours are over. Yeah, let us hope. 19th of February, 6:31 p.m. Local prison, cell 9.
Oh, it's you. You're here. You came. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. I can't believe you came back. I'm so touched.
Okay, that's going a bit off the rails there.
We are so sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Natsume. Oh, no. Think nothing of it. Relax. If I were cut, I would purr with pleasure at the company of such fine compatriots. Noble, nurturing, never-failing Nipponese.
Oh, now, let's not get carried away. Oh, I quite agree. Well, there is nothing more reassuring than the familiarity of one's native land. On the other hand, it is through friendship transcending international borders that one truly appreciates the fact. Such is my belief, at least.
It's you! The miserable, rotten spy! Hairlock Sholmes!
Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing here?
I have no intention of doing anything per se, save observing, of course.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
Well, having encountered some curious reading material in that gloomful room, and having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair, I decided I should drop in on my way home to see how our divested friend is faring. Gloomful room? At least your accommodation here offers a window, my dear fellow. In that sense, it is the superior option. Anyway, I must commend you on your taste in books. My day has been a delight, and cost me not a penny. You! How dare you, Hairlock Sholmes! I've had it. I'm through. I'm at the end of my rope. I should never have come to Great Britain. It was a terrible mistake. Haunted by spirits in those accursed lodgings, no doubt my luck will be cursed in tomorrow's trial as well. My whole life is bedamned.
What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo? He mentioned that once before, didn't he? That his lodgings were cursed, I mean. And there is much truth in Mr. Mustache's words. What? Curse is a wholly appropriate description, I would say, for the man's lodgings, and indeed for tomorrow's trial. What's that supposed to mean? Cursed. Well, we already know why the trial is cursed. Mr. Natsume, what did you mean by what you said just now? About the trial being cursed. Oh, no. Why are you looking so grave? You're making me nervous. I was just getting carried away. That's all. I didn't mean anything by it. Oh, I see. That's really agitated him. You don't mean the trial really is cursed somehow? Are you referring to the prosecutor? The Reaper of the Bailey? The Reaper? Oh, no. What do you mean? Please, tell me. Summarize it succinctly in 16 salient words. A haiku. No defendant has ever survived a trial in which the Reaper stands for the prosecution. Ever. Oh my goodness, can it really be true? That was 16 words exactly? Oh, that was 16 words exactly. Really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, yeah, it's 16. Yesterday, Mr. Naruhodo successfully defended someone against the Reaper, but then, after the trial was over, the defendant passed away in unusual circumstances. Mr. McGilded. What? Ah, I am impressed, Mr. Sato. You have an eye for the detail. Actually, the Lord Chief Justice told us. Mr. Sholmes, surely it can't be that having failed to have the accused convicted, Lord Van Zeeks killed the man himself? Oh no, he couldn't have, surely. You have some wonderful notions. Sorry? The man isn't a mass murderer, he's a court prosecutor, my dear fellow. Oh, yes. Why, of course he is. Ugh, of course he is? Then why are you trying to scare me? It could be said, however, that the real truth about the man is even more terrifying than your hypothesis. What on earth do you mean by that? The truth about the Reaper? Van Zeeks is quite an exceptional man. However, in London courts of law, exceptional does not equate to winning every case without exception. That's good. So Seki-san looks like he's going to cry tears of joy. As you are no doubt aware, in a British criminal trial, there is both a judge and a jury. The judge officiates based on the letter of the law, whilst the jury offers public opinion and common sense. It is an excellent system, whereby the defendant's guilt is considered from several points of view. However, public opinion in particular is somewhat easily manipulated. Right. Criminals, and corrupt lawyers for that matter, can use it to their advantage. Yeah, like McGildy did last time. He could literally just set up the whole thing to where, what's it called? Something that we think happened. He could just make it so make it look like it didn't happen. He could just remove evidence from the crime scene, and because no one's counting and everyone trusts him, he's McGilded. He has good reputation. Everything's, you know what I mean? By any means at their disposal, contriving evidence, calling impostors as witnesses, and so on. By such underhand means, those who'd want to are able to sway the jury. Which means that even in the light of irrefutable evidence, the prosecution can fail. But it means the wrong verdict can be passed. And sadly is from time to time, my dear madam. It is simply the reality of the situation. And that's alright. However, those indicted by Lord Van Zieks cannot escape justice. Their fate is sealed. Oh my! Though the education may see them leave the courtroom with their freedom, within months they all disappear. It is most striking.
Disappear? But how?
By all manner of misfortune, sir. Perhaps they are trampled under a passing carriage. Perhaps they fall into the Thames and drown. Perhaps they are suddenly overcome by a raging fever, or perhaps attacked by highwaymen.
Oh no.
All examples of the reality of events here in London, I'm afraid, Mr. Naruhodo. So literally, it doesn't matter if we, get them free or not. They'll die anyway?
I knew it. I'm a dead, total, done for, doomed!
When you said accursed lodgings before, you were referring to your room at Mr. Garrideb's house, I assume? Do you mean to say that you believe the place is cursed?
It's been a year now since I came to Great Britain, but I'd only been in London a week before I started to notice strange feelings in myself.
That didn't take long then.
Everywhere I looked, there were foreign faces staring at me, laughing behind my back. I was sure people were talking about me. I started to become nervous about going outside. They were always staring at me, all the time, from dawn till dusk. So, I shut myself away in my room, but even that didn't help. The fear wouldn't go away.
You must have been very lonely, having been away from your homeland for such a long time.
I've had to move a number of times, most recently to that room on Briar Road a week ago now.
Yes.
Well,
sorry, I'm yawning. It's like 10:18 now, so... Why did you choose there? It seems a little inconvenient.
The rent is cheap. I have so little money. It appealed to me straight away. Of course, I asked why it was so affordable. The landlord just simpered and said, "The room is cursed." Oops. He quickly tried to cover his mistake, but it was too late, so I told him, "If you have something to say, then say it, but if not, don't mention it in the first place."
Yes, well said.
But it was true. It was all true.
You mean the room really is cursed then?
Ever since I moved into that windowless hellhole, my sleep has been plagued with nightmares. I awake feeling as though I'm being choked to death. And in my waking hours, people are stabbed in front of me as I walk down the street. I'm branded a killer, thrown in prison. Nobody wants to know me. I'm surrounded by scary, sinister spirits. If only there was someone, just one person on my side. Can no one find it in his or her heart to believe in me? Really, no one at all?
To believe. Yes. To believe. Mr. Sholmes? Me, Mr. Naruhodo? Pray, what can I do for you? It's about the case on the SS Buria, if you recall.
The Buria? The Buria. That case.
Oh, the one with the snake? Well, yes. At that time, I was the suspect, but you believed in me and listened to my side of the story. And you helped us to investigate. I did, didn't I? Did I? Interesting. What I want to know is, why? Why did you believe me? I see. Yes. You mean... because you were grimly dressed, a shady eastern fellow found with the victim in a locked room? Well, if you like, yes. I'm a little surprised that the answer requires explanation, my dear fellow. It's quite simple, really. You said I didn't do it. But I could have been lying. Surely you must have had your doubts. You must have suspected me a little. I think perhaps you have misunderstood. I neither recall believing in you, nor in that which you were telling me. What? You see, the only things I believe in are those I choose to believe in. What do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? I make up my own mind about what it is to be believed and what is not. If I should like to believe in something, I do. If I should like to believe in something, I do. The circumstances can hang as far as I'm concerned. But I could have betrayed your trust. In that case, I should have made an elementary error of judgment. Nothing more. Betrayal of trust is an overused excuse, in my opinion. Meaning? Whether or not one should trust another is, in the final analysis, down to oneself. It is a matter of whether or not one can trust oneself. Yes, he's right. He's right, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. That is true, though, actually. Like, if you're someone that's afraid of trusting people, like, the main issue isn't that you're afraid of people betraying you, or the fact that you have been betrayed. It's that you're afraid that if you are betrayed, you won't be strong enough to, keep on going, you know what I mean? Whether or not I can believe myself. Oh, a defense lawyer is only good as his faith in his client. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself. You were so right, Kazuma. I have faith in you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Well, my dear fellows, it is time we were leaving, I believe. Already? Visiting hours are over. The guard will shortly be here to escort us out. There is a restaurant near here that serves excellent trout. Would you care to join me? Oh dear. There's never enough time, is there? Mr. Natsume? If you'd like, in the trial tomorrow, I'd be happy to represent you. Local student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! As I said, I only experienced a British courtroom for the first time yesterday, and although the man I was representing was found not guilty, I lost sight of something crucial. Something crucial? What to believe in. The defendant, justice, or the truth. How to believe, even. But I think I've finally worked it out. I've decided I must believe in myself, above all else, to trust my instincts. Yes, Mr. Naruhodo. And my instincts are telling me that you, Mr. Natsume, are innocent of this crime. And that it is imperative we prove that in court. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. I will fight for your innocence until the bitter end with every weapon available to me. So, I hope you'll permit me to represent you tomorrow. As I said when we first met, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who will listen to me in my native tongue. Of course, Mr. Natsume. It would be fair to say, Mr. Naruhodo, that your mind was, in many ways, made up from the outset. You merely needed the events of today to fully realize it. Yes, I think you're right about that. It's been a roundabout journey, but I got there in the end. Miss Susato. Yes? Oh, yes? Would you be willing to stand by my side tomorrow and help me in court? Absolutely. As I said this morning, you may consider me your personal judicial assistant. The shocking events of yesterday's trial still weigh heavily on my mind. But it's time to stop looking backwards. Kazuma believed in me, and Mr. Sholmes believes in me now too. So, it's time. Time that I learned to believe in myself. Soseki-san has no one. He's all alone. So, it's my job to help him. To fight his corner. Tomorrow, in the courtroom. With all the strength I can muster. Alright. I think that's a good place to end things off for today. Let's save our progress. So, yeah. Next time, we are gonna go into trial mode. So, yeah. Do I want to show that now? Nah, I'll show it when I'm done with case 5. Okay, sorry. I'm just thinking about something. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking at something. Anyways, with that being said, I will see all of you guys next time.